Hey guys, it's Beth Murphy here. How are you? I sometimes I don't want to get into like a big, heavy topic or something like that, but I still want to talk to you, and I want to hear from you. And I thought, well, what lighthearted thing can I just kind of stick in there? So I came up with something I'm calling meme me, M-E-M-E. Meme me. Because probably like yourself, I'll see these memes, and when they hit the mark, they're just it just feels good. I don't know how else to put it. It just resonates and it feels good, and you get that someone understands you, and isn't that like the best thing in the world? At least it is for me. So we're gonna just kind of hit on some of them. I'm picking them super randomly, okay? Because I don't want to overthink it. I just want to talk spontaneously. So sometimes I'll notice memes I don't agree with, and then I wonder, who made that? You know what I'm saying? Because, well, you know what I'm saying. You don't know why people create things. It's for clicking or attention, or you don't know. So we try to find things that resonate with us, but we'll talk about all of it. If it's funny, if it's true, if it's false, it's just making conversation, and I want you guys to have that with each other. And also, I do this for myself, because the kind of quality of conversing that I have with INFJs is just so satisfying. And of course, you're used to a life walking around where 75% of people just don't get you. They look at you like you're from another planet. Are you high? All kinds of things. So I've learned to be kind of selective with whom I speak to. And that's also why I think I've become so good at finding the other INFJs in my world. But you know what? I could use more. I never get tired of being understood, especially after a lifetime of not having that. So let's start our memes, and we'll see what comes up. Okay, one does not simply lie to an INFJ and get away with it. No, of course they don't. Of course they don't. And who would even try? I don't even have these people in my life. I can't even think about when somebody might have lied to me or something. I don't work with the public anymore. That means I have hand-selected people I interact with. And even when I am in public, I instantly find people that resonate with me, and I hang out with them. So, no, we're not doing that. We're evolved. We're advanced. What would be the point? This is where, if you're familiar with my studies of metaphysics, I always have that slant. This is where we're all going. Telepathy, unity. We're all going that way. You and me are in the front with what I think are the other NFers, the intuitive feelers. This is just my personal philosophy. And you can't lie when the world is telepathic. So I feel like that is already a momentum. And the only lies that I detect, and I know you're going to be right there with me, you'll get this, are the lies people tell themselves. Yeah, you know what I mean. And then you just have to see how you're going to play that because the person doesn't know that they're lying to themselves. So when they're lying to you, it's not really a lie if they believe it, you see. Of course you see. That's why I talk to you. So that's what came up for me on that meme, is that A, nobody does it, and B, if they are lying, they don't even know they're doing it, so it's totally fine. But I do get it. I appreciate why that's funny. So let's see what else we got. Every time you ask an INFJ even the simplest question, they're like, It just gets more complicated. And of course, that's the truth. There are no finished conversations. Why would there be? It's just a matter of relevance, and it will dissipate when there's no more energy in it. Okay? And I'm speaking from some studies that I did, and that's like how things materialize, is like whether people are focusing on it or not. So no, there is no conversation over. It just will keep going. If there's kind of meat in there, if there's something to chew on, it'll just keep going. So if I'm interested, I will keep thinking about it an hour later, a day later, a month later, a year later, 10 years later. It's never over unless I'm not interested. And then I am aware that 75% of people, let's say they're sensors, they're not having that same experience. So sometimes I'll have to like curb my interest. And I'm going to give you an example. Last night around dinner, I was making a dish that reminded me of something my mom would make. So I texted my brother, and he said he found a similar dish at a restaurant. And then I let him have the last word, because I try to do that now, because I realized I'm always talking. I'm always thinking. So I actively try to let sensors have the last word sometimes. And so I let him have that, or I said nice or something like that. And then at 2:30 a.m. last night, I got up because I was awake, and I don't believe in insomnia. I just get up and goof around, and then I go back to bed. So it was at 2:30, and I remembered one of our family members was taught by the same people to make that dish. So she makes it the same way our mother made it, and our grandmother, and so forth. And in my first instinct, in my effort to please, about that, we want to please other people, I thought, oh, I could text my brother that and let him know that, the dream is still alive. We have other family members that are still cranking out that dish. And then I came in with that other part of me, the rational part, that's like, but this isn't going to land with him. He's just going to think his weirdo sister is thinking about this at 2:30 a.m. So you can see it from his perspective. And then, but from my perspective, which is why I'm talking to you today or any day, because you get me, is it's never over unless it's just over. Like, as long as both parties, or one of the parties, is still interested, or why would a conversation be over because technically like a few hours went by? That's just dumb. So more information was there, but I did let it go because, again, I'm aware of other people's experience of me, and I'm kind of tired of being on the other end of these sensors, my family, and so forth. So I kind of know, I mean, that had to do with it too, that it was a family member. And I feel like I know how he would take it. And he probably isn't going to go to that family member and get that food. So it's kind of irrelevant. But, the first instinct is to, here, I want to give you what you want. So I thought that was funny, because time is not relevant. It's 2:30. I know his phone was off, but he would have thought it was weird, and I don't think it's weird. Just wanted to go on record. I don't think it's weird. 2:30 a.m., so what? Okay, let's move on. But about this meme, yeah, I'm always thinking it blows up. It goes in all different directions. And if you leave me and I'm still interested, I'll just keep compounding it and getting deeper and deeper. And ironically, further and further out as I go more within, it's going out. Like, all the potentials, all the possibilities of whatever I'm thinking about, it's all coming. Unless I shut it down. So yeah, I get that meme. Let's see what else we got. Now we're on the third one. You want to be an INFJ because it's rare. Please explain how being overly sensitive with turbulent emotions and a walking contradiction, whilst being very private and idealistic in today's world, is so much fun. So these memes are always cute. The Willy Wonka ones. Okay. Yeah, I get it. Like, I mean, I don't really understand if people want to be like our type, because there are other rare types. And personally, I think those types think they're special, right? You know, it's not, we think about ourselves all the time, but I think they're probably doing the same thing, the other archetypes. So we're not really that special, but it did mean a lot to me. It was a significant difference in my self-esteem and my quality of life changing when I realized, oh, you're not capable of understanding me. It's not that you didn't care, it's that you're hardwired in a different manner. So I'm just going to go find, more of me's, which is what I've done with you guys. And also in my personal life, like I've shared with you. So, about being sensitive, yes, but that's just being empathetic, and I'm proud of that. Emotional, yeah, I respond to the stimuli, and that always changes, so that's what happens. Walking contradiction, yeah, I just explained that. Stimuli changes, and I can tend to change too. Private, we have our reasons. I'll leave it at that. And idealistic, that just means you're paving the path. You're the forerunner. So I mean, I'm so used to flipping things because that's why I offer counseling. I naturally just kind of flip everything to the positive. So this is a cute meme. I get where they're going. And that's how I feel about that. Okay, one more go. INFJ. Someone called me normal. I've never been so insulted in my life. My badge of pride would be, yeah, I wouldn't mind if you called me normal, but I would just think you didn't know what you're talking about. You didn't know me very well. But if you tried to question my INFJ-ness, I would probably get really upset with you because, and actually, I wouldn't even bother getting upset with you. I would just now ignore you like you're dead to me. And I don't mean you guys. I mean other people if they were doing that for some reason. Can't imagine what scenario someone would be saying that to me, but it would upset me because this is a badge of honor that I earned after decades of sadness and not feeling understood and having people want me to fit in their boxes and take medication or told me as, wrong at every turn when I had all these natural inclinations to do things differently. Parents, school, just pretty much everybody. Yeah, like no one was in my corner growing up saying, yay, be different. They were not doing that, no. So it is my badge of honor. I can't really think anyone calling me normal. It's just not going to happen. You don't have to spend too long with me before you can see something's different. When I was a waitress once, I remember, and I was a little different back then because I had to be a little more of an extrovert. But I remember one of my customers saying, "Are you okay?" I think he meant like, was I on something? I was just kind of having one of those moods where everything was clicking and I was in the flow. That would happen to me. I would get in the zone. That's where all the magic happens when you're aligned with kind of all of your good or like your blueprint. Everything is just clicking. There's synchronicity, and I was just on top of the world, And I think to others it looks like I'm on something, I guess. I don't know. They're not used to living the highs and lows that we are, the sensors. So anyway, that was our segment of Meme Me. And I think doing 4 of them felt good. I'm going to check the time when I'm done. I don't like to talk too long. I just don't. Like, I think I'd like to talk more often, but not long. You guys have stuff to do. All right, so thanks for hanging out with me, and we'll do this again. Because I don't always like to be heavy, especially in the winter. Like, I kind of have a lower thermostat mentally and physically. I'm cold, and I can't really, I don't want to go into deep topics that I can't immediately bounce back from. So I'm kind of another version of myself in the winter. I just try to chill. And but I still want to connect, so I think I found a way to do that. All right, thanks, guys. I love talking to you, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.